Let's go!
Make it the same size as the Dragon Ball roster. Make it the same size, 24. We made a list for TOKON not that long ago, and the premise behind the list is where I think they are going to go. A reminder, everyone sees a 4v4 fighting game and immediately is thinking it's going to have a Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four will be there. It's a 4v4 fighting game, which would blow my mind if they have 5 Fantastic Four characters, including Dr. Doom, and potentially a less than 30 character roster. That's a lot. So we'll see. I have 200 gift subs on the launch roster, not having the entirety of the Fantastic Four in it. But that being said, let's take a look at that roster really fast. This is where my brain thinks the way like Marvel thinks about stuff, putting my brain into the mind space of Marvel people. I don't mean fans, I mean what has sort of been in a lot of their games over a while now. And it's been sort of all over the place, right? It's been kind of all over the place. The Marvel exclusive rosters in MUA 3 and mobile games and obviously Rivals, all that kind of stuff. So this is where my roster was. And it was, the whole point of it was variety. And that's the thing that I picked up on from a lot of the inclusions of characters in Marvel exclusive games. But those decisions are all made by the same people, by the way. Who shows up in like Marvel Rivals, which characters show up where. Most of those approvals are going to be made by the exact same people at like Marvel Games. The thing that I started seeing in all of those rosters was variety. I started seeing a lot of things that don't necessarily make sense. You feel like you would have a little bit more. You feel like you might have a little bit less of this. And it just seemingly was all over the place, man. And I was like, wow, this is kind of everywhere. But I saw a great impression from this list, because this isn't the list I wanted to make. This is the direction I thought they could likely go. It hovers a lot around variety, and it hovers a lot around the choices that they've made in a lot of games over the past, like, 5, 6, 7 years. Ultimate Alliance 3 looking roster. Exactly, dude. Absolutely is a MUA 3 looking roster. It definitely is. That being said, this is not my roster, bro. This is not what I want. This is absolutely not what I think should happen. If I had my choices of a brand new Marvel exclusive roster, boy howdy, this is not it, dude. What's happening now is I am a Marvel executive and I get to make my choices. Somebody had an amazing comment on this roster in the YouTube video, and somebody said, I'm getting a preview of my income taxes, bro. Can you let us just dream out here? And I'm like, that's a good point. Can we sit here and be like dreams come true? And can I just be as biased and unabashedly biased as I possibly can with what I would want in a Marvel roster for a game? I think that's possible, and that's the therapy that I need right now. So we're not changing any of this. You might also notice we have gone down to 24 character slots. The reason is there's only one other large-scale Arc System Works fighting game that has been team-based and had a larger roster at the start, and that was Dragon Ball FighterZ, and that game also launched with 24 characters. If we made this a true dream roster, I'd put 50 characters in there at the start, bro. So let's not do that. Let's make this a little bit more challenging, and let's try to start filling these spaces with things that I would personally want, because as much as I would just want X-Men all over the place, I'm also not somebody that likes to eat raw chocolate constantly. I don't just love eating a delicious plate of spaghetti 3 times a day, 7 days a week. I hate that shit, man. If anything, I also appreciate a variety aspect to rosters. In my opinion, the best use of a limited character roster ever in a fighting game, it is MVC1. I love MVC1's roster. It is 15 characters with a bunch of dupe characters all over the place. It is 15 characters, and I think it's great. And how many X-Men are in here? My dude, 2. It doesn't have any space for anything else, and it has 2 Avengers in here. It's got 2 Spider-Man. It's got random-ass War Machine. It's got more Marvel characters than it does Capcom characters, technically. I don't think people honestly realize that, because Roll technically counts too. But yes, I love this roster. I think it's the perfect balance of like the exact amount of things that fit in both sides. I think it works really well. Let's go back and start looking at this. There's obvious picks that I think sort of like have to be in here, and clearly Wolverine is number 1. We're going back to the start. Wolverine is number 1. I would remove Thor. I'm just taking him out. In this personal biased roster, I think Hulk belongs. In fact, I like Hulk as an existing larger Marvel character. I like him being the big boy, and that's the side where if I was just super X-Men red pilled or some shit, I would not be putting Hulk in there. I would be taking out most of that stuff, but I think Hulk has a place in literally every single Marvel game, period. Him and Wolverine have a space in every single Marvel game, period. So it's going to be very hard for me to even think of a situation where he is not there. Let's just get the ones that my personal picks that I think absolutely have to be here. Yeah, Magneto, obviously. You gotta have Magnus, bro. You have to have Magneto. He's an all-timer. And I'm gonna start filling up spaces with characters that I just really wanted, that I personally just really wanted to be there and maybe haven't been in everything. Let's get Nightcrawler for the first friggin' time. Please, dear God, get my precious X-Men out of the way. Gambito has to be there. And if you have Gambit, you have to have Rogue. Psylocke also got to be in there too. I would absolutely put Cyclops if given the option. Yeah. Cyclops makes it as well. Jesus, this is definitely my list. Do I feel satisfied? Hell no, I do not feel satisfied because Cable's not in here. Get Cable in here. Where's he at? All right, so TOKON Fighting Souls. This is where my brain is going. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots for the entirety of the rest of Marvel. Venom has to make it, man. We ain't having a Marvel game without everyone's favorite boy. I'm sympathizing with the people that associate with Marvel in a non-X-Men fashion. I'm already sympathizing with them a little bit. Right now, my brain is already like, all right, I have all the X-Men I want. And as I said, I don't just want to eat delicious chocolate all the time. I do like there being some spice and variety in there in some way. I do like some different things to happen every once in a while. I think this should just be a character staple in fighting games from this point forward. It's Thanos, bro. I think there's too many memes. I think there's too many like references. I think there's just too much stuff that you can pull from that make him kind of like a good villain that is representative of like nostalgia from the 80s and shit about him being a good villain. And clearly the modern day also still being a really good villain, you know? I think I would leave Ultron out. But you know what? You know who I'm putting in here? And I'm going back on this? I'm going back to Blade because as I said it in the first video, it is crazy that this guy has not been in a fighting game. Arguably the most fighting game character of almost any of these characters, dude. And he still has not been in a fighting game yet. That's crazy to me. I'm pulling it out. I'm doing it. This is my weirdo pick. Okay, Blackheart. Yeah, dude, hell yeah. And I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna hover in some other directions a little bit. Like, this character's been on so many of my lists. He's coming back. Oh, we have one spot left, Jesus, with 24 characters. I'm going back to Silver Surfer. I don't know why. It's like a Fantastic Four character, Fantastic Four adjacent, Galactus adjacent, but I just think he is a cool character for a fighting game. I'm just down with him being there. I need to look at other rosters of things. Oh, shit. Oh. Man, here we go, chat. Here's where I put the last one. My last character for this roster is Sentinel. I promised you there'd be no more X-Men, but I wanted some more big weirdos. Sorry, I needed the variety, man. I didn't want any more bipedal dickheads. Silver Surfer's interesting because he like rides a giant surfboard and shit. That's cool. I want to see what Silver Surfer Super is like, my dude. I would be fucking thrilled with this roster, dude. I'm looking at this now and I'm like, man, how many characters would I play? I would just straight up be like, all right, so listen, yeah, Ghost Rider was cool, but okay, so listen, but Rogue and Gambit and Nightcrawler and Psylocke and Jubilee and Cable, but Venom with Spider-Man and also like all of these characters I would desperately want to play as. And up here, it's like already I'm like, maybe, for sure, highly likely, most likely considering what we have so far. There's a lot of most likelies and a guarantee right here, like guaranteed Doctor Doom is on every single team of mine, you know? I need to see how Star-Lord actually plays. He's not Dante. He is not. Call it Marvel 90s. Hey, shut up. If anything, we just got proven that sticking around the 90s for Marvel can work. And we just got an incredible X-Men show that the whole point of it is to be 90s and everyone fucking loved it. So all I'm saying is that maybe that's not an opinion that is going to sink this thing. Maybe that's an opinion that is not exactly going to be the reckoning of a Marvel fighting game. Maybe that is the thing that makes the game more appealing. That's all I'm gonna say. This is me. This is what I would do. This is where I would go. And it's full of a lot of stuff that isn't in a ton of games. There is some new picks in here, and I'm not only doing the MVC2 roster, but clearly X-Men's gonna be a big deal. I wouldn't be surprised that most people that are in the fighting game scene making their rosters are likely going to have a shit ton of X-Men in them because we're just conditioned. We have been conditioned for 30 years to quite literally see things where things could possibly be. Feels too safe? You know, feels marketable is all I'd say. It feels marketable. Let's just put one more in here. We need one more character that'll really unify all these communities. And we all know what that one character is between modern Marvel fans and old school Marvel fans. It's Maverick. Bring him back. Let's do it. Maverick is the great unifier. That's crazy. Who's Maverick? Look at these bitch ass Marvel fans. Look at them. They don't even know.